le whangata vili ua o te mai. Tūlo I siali I maua whai mai, Samoa file muta Itali ilangi so tātou ai, whai talia peleta ngia. Ia le kowana ua whawhiti, e te le iloa ina o se whangata avili. Ai moli mata maiti male a whawhinge o kirisi, o e lamana e whapa le whangata avili.
Today, Samoans are an integral part of New Zealand's cultural fabric. In Auckland, Samoan's the second most commonly spoken language, and as the largest Pacific Island group in New Zealand, Samoans have contributed many Kiwi icons and achievers to the country.
Some of the many reasons why I'm very proud to be Samoan is because my mum is Samoan, my dad is Samoan.
Oh, you only need to look at me to see how proud I am of being Samoan. I guess, all my tattoos kind of signify that.
I'm proud to be Samoan because we're such a beautiful, small, diverse country. We've got some beautiful people. We're not too bad looking. The food, the culture, the history, and the weather is amazing.
Being from such a small island and being able to have such an impact on the world, international stage has been something really cool.
Truly, when I think about the way God made me, the first thing I think about is I'm glad He made me Samoan.
I'm very proud to be a Samoan because of our heritage and the courage of our people to actually made it this far.
Because I love the Samoan humour, I love the Samoan cooking because we don't cook for one, we cook for everyone.
I'm proud to be Samoan because I was born to be Samoan. It was my destiny.
I love being Samoan because for me it's been a culture that has been instilled in me by my mother and my father. Understanding the fundamentals, the philosophies and everything around it means everything to me, and without it I don't know where I'd be.
We're a pioneering people, and I think that has really helped me in my life, and I wouldn't be the same person if I wasn't Samoan.
But we've been around for over 3,000 and all of those years it's been awesome to be a Samoan, and this year very special, and it's no different.
It's the way I've been brought up in Samoa and how we respect our elders, and around the world, when I travel the world, play for Samoa as well, it's just I'm proud of representing my culture.
January the 1st, 1962, and with the new year comes the first independent Polynesian state of the 20th century, Western Samoa. For the last time, the two trusteeship flags are lowered, one by the Prime Minister of New Zealand and the other by the Honourable Mataafa Fiame, Prime Minister of Western Samoa. Slowly and surely, in a moment of deep emotion, the heads of state raise the emblem of Western Samoa to the masthead, where, like the flag of many another new independent state, it demonstrates with dignity the fulfilment of a people's wish.
Behind that wish 50 years ago was a story peppered with bloodshed and struggle. The story of a nation that fought against two superpowers for its freedom. And how Samoa succeeded in unshackling herself from the turmoil of the past to become independent.
Sau nhảy lên để vào là ao đen cô phê il am đi mày là cà phê mua đi mua ra mấy đi yung cà phê đấy ai mày phải sa cả phê chơi vô là cái gì phang.
How could small, vulnerable, frail Samoa take on this empire? What is the point? What is the point of losing blood and fighting and resources? For what?
How does a country go from being oppressed and governed by different people to one that's in a position of strength where they can not just, sort of seize the reins, but actually do all the things that government has to do?
At the turn of the 20th century, three major superpowers, the United States of America, the British Empire, and Germany, fought over Samoa's islands. Its agricultural potential, deep water harbours, trading and commercial centres made it an attractive colonial acquisition. Combined with political and economic interests were the religious interests of competing European church groups in the region.
But as was typical with these empires, they wanted ascendancy, but no sort of responsibility to Samoans. They wanted what they wanted, but to take and not to give. Finally, some of them were prepared to take a step backwards, but only because they would get an advantage somewhere else in the world. And that allowed two empires, the US Empire and the German Empire, to step up and basically divide Samoa in half and take a bit for themselves. And that settlement, which was reached without any negotiation with Samoans, without any Samoan participation, was then presented to Samoans as a kind of fait accompli. This is the way it will be. And that was when, this division we Samoans still live with today between East and West and America and independent Samoa was basically put into place. And so from the beginning you have these conflicts, and in Samoa it never stops. And there's the willingness of Germans to act in the most serious and invasive ways on Samoan life. Famously they deport some of the great Samoan leaders to what's now the Mariana Islands, where some of them die. They banish people from their villages. They intervene in traditional Samoan custom in really deliberately strong ways. And at one point they station warships between Upolu and Savaii to make sure that Samoans aren't travelling between to organise opposition against the German government. So the German government shows, well, their symbol, the German symbol is the eagle, like the Roman eagle, and they rule like the Romans ruled. They want to command the roads and the seas and tell Samoans how they should and shouldn't behave.
Unhappy with this, Samoans soon formed the first wave of the Mau movement, Mawapule, led by Lawaki Namulaulu Mamoi.
This is the one that is formed in 1907, 1908, and really pushes the Germans to the edge of what they can do. And that's when they end up deporting him. I mean, since the beginning, he had kind of offended the Germans and really shown his contempt for their attempts to govern Samoas. And when he's deported, I think Samoans realise just the lengths that the Germans will go to maintain their grip on Samoa. They send battle cruisers, the most powerful fleet in the Pacific, essentially, at that point, is anchored in Samoan harbours. And then Samoans try a different attempt. So instead of this traditionally formed movement through Tumua and Pule, they turn to a kind of commercial outfit, a company, which is formed in Apia. And Germans sort of this takes them, it staggers them that Samoans are trying a commercial venture to break the German monopoly over the main German crop, which is copra, right, coconut. And so there are two really quick attempts inside of 20 years, inside of really 15 years, to have a go at German rule. And this shows just how nimble and committed Samoans are. And when World War breaks out and the Germans disappear, they're overtaken by New Zealanders, there's a sense amongst Samoans, some Samoans, that people will see reason and that Samoans will actually come out of this as they had been only 15 years before, as rulers of their own land. And instead what we see is new empires carving up Samoa for their own purposes. So Samoa ends up as a New Zealand colony or a British colony administered by New Zealand.